Oh, Nintendo, Nintendo, Nintendo. 2 days. You can't go 2 days without screwing something up, can you? The answer is no. That's why they wanted a video yesterday, and I was doing some research yesterday just to make sure that everything that has been said and every allegation that has been tossed Nintendo's way is true, and it is. I've got some other articles I'll be willing to show you. But Kimishima, being the outdated, idiotic fossil he is, has been lying to people about the Nintendo Switch, keeping people in the dark, and is basically making sure that no actual public marketing will go out for this thing. You know, you and me that are in the game industry, we are on the internet, we are attached to Twitter, Facebook, we know these things, but the general consumer, like, you know, the 70-year-old granny that's going to buy it for the grandson, they don't even know this thing exists. They've not seen a TV advert, there's not a billboard for it. Little old Mrs. Scoggins down the street doesn't even know Nintendo is making another console. And Nintendo is not going to let little old Mrs. Scoggins down the streets know either, because they are withholding all public information till next year. We'll get back to that in a minute. First, we're going to deal with this lying issue. As you can see, I have got Rich from Review Tech USA up. I have got his video up. We are going to watch part of his video, and then I will be showing other articles about other things Nintendo are doing, and also confirming this. I mean, he confirms it in the video as well, talking about Bethesda, and we're just going to expand upon it more, because as you can see, this is only a 7-minute video, and I want to dig the hole a little bigger. I want to expand on it. So let's first of all go to why the Switch trailer is misleading and what Nintendo has been doing that is very, very scummy. So I will let him explain.
No, that's not true. But it still pisses me off royally that Nintendo is misleading people and making them think that they have confirmed software for the system that they don't goddamn have. Now, as you were watching the reveal trailer of the Nintendo Switch, there were 2 games that they revealed from third-party developers that got me really excited. It's not that I'm a huge fan of either game, but I know they're huge AAA titles, and it would be a big draw to the Nintendo Switch if these games were on Nintendo's new system. Those 2 games were The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, looks like the remastered version, and NBA 2K17. I'm thinking, oh shit, Nintendo's not messing around. They said they were going to do this with the Wii U, but now with their reveal trailer for their newest system that's coming in March of 2017, they're showing with this portable home console hybrid thing that they're making that they're going to have those AAA games that people want. That is awesome. I'm sure Nintendo learned their lesson from the Wii U, and these games are confirmed to come out for Nintendo's new system. But of course, Nintendo doesn't learn a fucking thing, and these games are not confirmed for the Nintendo Switch. And if you don't believe me, believe the reps from 2K and Bethesda themselves. This is exactly what they had to say. This information comes from IGN. They went around talking to different development companies, asking them what they thought of the Switch, and these are statements from 2K and Bethesda. Let's start off with 2K. What did they have to say about the Switch? We saw NBA 2K17 in the trailer, so obviously the game is confirmed, right? We're happy to have had the opportunity to collaborate with Nintendo on the trailer. While we are not confirming any specific titles at this time, we are pleased to announce our partnership with Nintendo and support of Nintendo Switch. We look forward to revealing specific details at a later date. So they show this game in the trailer. There's some people out there who only buy sports games. Like they'll buy the 2K NBA games once a year. That's all they buy a system for. That may be a system seller to a lot of people. Nintendo, you're showing that fucking game in the trailer, and you don't have it confirmed for the system. Brilliant, but it still gets worse. Here is a rep from Bethesda now. Listen to what they have to say. We're happy to have had the opportunity to collaborate with Nintendo on this video. While we are not confirming any specific titles at this time, even though the trailer shows goddamn Elder Scrolls V Skyrim footage in it, we are pleased to announce our partnership with Nintendo and support of the Switch. We look forward to revealing specific games and details in the future. Holy shit, Nintendo, you gotta be kidding me. Nintendo, we've been down this road before with you.
And yes, he is right. We have been down this road before. Now, the last 3 minutes are a bit of a mad tangent, and it does get worse. We have got other reporters from the Wall Street Journal, other games media sites, not only confirming that representatives are saying that anything that you've seen that was third party in the trailer isn't even confirmed, but also revealing other things about the NX that we were yet to see, like specs and other certain things about it. So let's start with Rich at Review Tech USA. Let's start with the misleading titles. So across the course of yesterday, during my play with my friends, I was on Google, I was researching this, I was looking through Bethesda and other interviews, and it is definitely 100% confirmed by Bethesda, 2K, and Activision, of all people. Now, there is a little bit of more information about Activision, which I do want to bring up in my Skylanders review, which is now going to come out tomorrow, because there was also a demo for the World of Final Fantasy, which I'm going to get up tonight as well, because holy shit, that's amazing. That is an awesome game. You get to ride a wolf. That's all I'll say. You get to ride a wolf. But, you know, both 2K, Bethesda, and Activision have confirmed that while they are happy to work with Nintendo, nothing has been confirmed. Now, I don't believe an Activision game was shown off in the trailer, but certainly a 2K and Bethesda game were. And that's lying, Nintendo. That's what we call lying. You are directly saying in that trailer that people will be able to purchase Skyrim on the Switch, and there's a good chance they might not even come to the Switch. And we had this road before with the Wii U. We had third-party companies saying that they were happy to collaborate with you, and third-party companies showing off games at E3 that were definitely going to be on the Wii U. And they never came. Where were they? Oh, that's right. You cut ties with all them third-party developers. And the way you're going, oh, we're showing off Skyrim in the trailer, we're showing off the basketball game in the trailer, but they're not confirmed. You're doing exactly, you're repeating history. You're literally repeating history. You're doing exactly the same thing you did with the Wii U. But it gets worse. So now I'm going to jump to the two other articles. A lot of different companies, like the Wall Street Journal, had an interview with the president, Kimishima. And I won't read through the full article, just specific points. You can read it for yourself. I will leave links in the descriptions below to read the full articles. But this is the first one that a reporter from the Wall Street Journal interviewed Nintendo president Kimishima. Kimishima, the stupid old man that he is, announced that Nintendo will not provide any more details regarding games for the NX or specs or anything else till next year. Moreover, Kimishima would not confirm nor deny whether the console was region free. It is pretty much November. We are coming to the closing days. Is it the 20th today? The 23rd, that's even worse. We are coming to the closing days of October. In 1 week's time, it's November. You've got November, December, January, and maybe a little bit of February if this thing's coming out on the 1st of March, as you are apparently saying it is, which, again, we'll get into in a minute. But you've got November, December, January, and the end of February to market this thing. All the people out there in TV land don't even know this thing exists. They've not seen any news articles, no TV adverts, because, as you said, you're not going to provide anything until next year. if that were me, or if that was Sony, or if that were Microsoft, if that was actually a smart person that knew what they were doing, they would be selling the shit out of this thing. It's kind of like the presidential debates. You gotta market the shit out of this. This is your last chance. Kimishima, you are fucking this up, and I'm not going light on you. You are fucking this up. Okay, this is your last chance to make something, or your ass is ending up as third party. It is do or die for your company. You need to be marketing the absolute shit on that thing. There should be Switch billboards all over the roads. There should be adverts on TVs. You should be having direct after direct after direct telling everybody every little detail about this product. You need to make sure this thing is hyped to hell. You need to make sure this thing is gonna sell. But you're not doing that. You're doing exactly, again, history is repeating itself. You're doing exactly what you did with the Wii U. You're not marketing it whatsoever, so a lot of people just thought it was an add-on to the Wii, which it wasn't. So you're not marketing this thing whatsoever. You're not divulging any information about it, except for what we find out in these articles, which a lot of people won't find out. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Now, let's go into the first part. Nintendo will not provide any more details regarding games. I mean, why? Is it because, first of all, some of those games like Skyrim are a lie and not confirmed because you are lying to your consumers? Second of all, why? Breath of the Wild is done. It's finished. It could come out today. You're not going to do that because you're waiting to put it on the Switch. It's not coming to the Wii U. But it's done. It could come out today for the Wii U. You should be marketing that. That Mario game we saw. Why aren't you showing the Mario game? It's a Mario game. There ain't going to be that much radically different. And if Mario is going to be your launch title, if you're going to have 3 launch titles, that being Breath of the Wild, Mario, and the potential new Splatoon, these are things you need to present. You need to present them now. You need to say, these are the launch titles. Here's a direct. These are the launch titles. These are what's going to come out. Here's Breath of the Wild. Here's the new Mario. It ain't just 3D World. It is a full-on game like Sunshine. We've got a big hub like Delfino Plaza that you can run round. You can select the levels in whatever order you like, within reason, like Delfino Plaza. There is going to be all this new shit. You need to be giving every detail about Mario. And with that Splatoon 2 at the end, we know they've got different hairstyles, but is it radically different? Is it just DLC? Is it just Splatoon 1.5 where you can just get different hairstyles? Are the Octolings going to be playable? Because, you got a lot of shit over that, and NW Player or Nikki even hacked in the Octolings because you got a lot of shit over that. So, you gotta give information. But they're not. They're not giving anything until next year. And we don't even know when next year. It could be February. By that time, it's too late. Listen to me, Nintendo. Again, I'm doing this because I don't want to see you fail. I'm being harsh because I don't want to see you fail. But if you leave it till next year, it will be too late. You will not have sufficient enough time to market this thing, to advertise this thing. Like, let's take PlayStation, for example. The Pro isn't out yet. The Pro was semi-talked about at E3. Then at Tokyo Game Show, here's the Pro, here's the specs, here's the games, here's the 4K, here's Horizon Zero Dawn. They made sure to market the ever-loving shit out of that thing for when the Pro launches. But we're not only going to do that, because after Tokyo Games, PlayStation, like Nintendo, PlayStation had their own separate personal PlayStation conference to again slam home just how good the Pro is. Now, we're not here to praise the Pro. I don't think the Pro's worth it right now. I'm not going to go into the details because this is more about Nintendo Switch. But you see what I mean? E3, the PlayStation Neo, because that was its codename, the PlayStation Neo definitely coming, definitely going to have all these features. You got to look for it. It's coming out. Tokyo Games. Here's the Pro. This is our official release. Here's what it does. Here's the games on it. Here's the 4K. Here's everything. By the way, the second this Tokyo Game Show ends, there's going to be adverts on TV for the PlayStation Pro. I'm marketing that shit. We've got to get this shit everywhere. Then, after Tokyo Games, here's their own personal separate Sony PlayStation Direct thing, whatever you'd like to call it, because they don't have a real name. Here's the Pro. Here's what it does. Here's all the features. Gotta buy it. It's the best shit in the world. Go buy that shit. They have done a lot of marketing. They don't want people to forget about it. They want people to remember it. They want people to see the games on it. They want people to see the potential of this thing. You're just like, oh, it's the controllers can come off the side. We're not going to tell you the price or the specs or anything. Just the controllers can come off the side. Wait till next year. That is poor marketing. And if you leave it till January, you've literally got January and February to market it. 2 months? 2 months to fucking market this thing? That is going to lose you so many sales. Because, again, a lot of people in TV land, like old Granny Scoggins, doesn't even know this shit exists. You should be putting adverts on TV right now. But you're not. And again, it's not going to show off specs or any other information like price points. Nobody knows how much this is. When I did that podcast with Swoop and Midnight, Swoop was constantly saying, it's got to be cheap. It's got to be $300 or under. You know, Nintendo appeals to the casual market. It appeals to people buying it for their families. It is a family-based console. And what made the Wii sell so well and what made the Wii U so successful at the end of its lifespan, granted it wasn't successful on launch because people thought it was an add-on due to poor marketing, which is what you're doing now, but what made it so successful as it reaches the end of its lifespan is its price point. It has never changed its price. It went down a bit near the end now, but it's never changed its price. It's always been $250 to $300, depending on if you can get a deal or not. And that's what people liked. PlayStation 4, $300 to $350. Xbox, $300 to $350. Nintendo tried to undercut themselves a bit because they wanted it to sell. They want the family console that is a little bit cheaper than the two big boys, because the two big boys are for the hardcore gamers. But we don't know the price, and with all this gimmicky shit like the controllers unattaching and reattaching, the fact that when you plug it into the dock it goes to the TV and take it out, that's some big hardware. That's going to jack up the price, and if you don't say a price until the very end, that could turn people off. Because if you said to me right now, $350, I'd say that's too dear. And then you could look at everybody else. You could go to everybody else and say, is $350 too dear? And if they say yes, then you have to think about, right, can we bundle it to make it cheaper? Can we bundle in a game for $350? Can we bundle in 2 games for $350? Can we bundle something in to make that bundle pack worth the $350 that we're asking? Even if it was just Nintendo Land again, or, you know, whatever that Mario Kart is. Is it Mario Kart 8.5? You've got 2 items. Is it Double Dash 2? That's a game you need to show off. But even if you just bundled that in, that might make it worth it. You know, you got to give us a price point. We can say if it's cheap or not, and then you can try and find a way to make it affordable or make it worth its money. But if you just come in January and be like, oh yeah, it's $400, we're not changing it, you're going to lose a lot of sales. So you need to give information. This Kirishima bloke, and I bring this up in my Colour Splash review, and I'm going to try and get Camtasia to work to finish that off. I think I've found a way, but Kirishima's being a stupid bastard again. He's 70. I'm sorry, he is old. He does not know what he is doing. He is senile. He needs to be advertising this. But let's move on. My screen's turned off. Alright, it's back on. Let's move on to the next thing that we have found out by different game journalists. And this one's the one that's the most stupid. So Famitsu reached out to Nintendo about the Switch and inquired on a few more details. One thing they asked was the backwards compatibility, as it should be obvious given the lack of a disk drive. Nintendo confirms to Famitsu that it will not be compatible with Wii U discs. I don't see why. You could have easily had a disc drive on this storage unit. You couldn't take discs with you, yes, but you could have easily put a disc drive on this docking bay. You know, this big chunky section at the back here. I bet a disc could go in there. A disc quite thin. I bet a disc could go in this front section. So anybody that's bought a Wii U is now up the shitter. So once again, all those games that they loved, like me and Midnight, I've got quite a few games for the Wii U. I think it is a fantastic console. I don't care if the Vita outsold this thing, okay? It doesn't matter how bad this thing did. This is a good console that has some good games. Hyrule Warriors, fantastic game. Bayonetta 2, fantastic game. Yoshi's Woolly World was my game of the year last year. That's how good it was. There's some fantastic games on this. But now, Nintendo expects all of the regular people, you know, the actual average consumer that doesn't have the money to keep buying consoles, they expect the average consumer to trade in their Wii U, throw away all of their Wii U games just for the Switch that might not even be worth it, because we don't know a launch lineup. We don't know how many of these third-party games are actually ever going to come to be. Again, this is why you need to market it. But then, they also confirmed the bit that everybody was speculating, the bit that everybody thought would be the smartest idea, being that it's a portable console that you can take with you. They also confirm it will not be able to read 3DS carts either. Why? Why? Please tell me why, Nintendo. A form of digital backwards compatibility might be possible, so that's just talking about the eShop. Well, if you want to play your physical Wii U and 3DS games, then you might need to hang on to these consoles. And again, if you're trying to make this a hybrid system, a portable system, why is it not compatible with 3DS cartridges? If that's the case, why do I need to buy a Switch? What is the point of me getting a Switch? Because I've already got a handheld, thanks Nintendo. I've already got a 3DS, thank you. I don't need another portable console. So, it's not backwards compatible. It's not backwards compatible. You're refusing to show off any game whatsoever. You're refusing to show off any specs. You're refusing to show off a price point until 2017, which is the year it comes out. Hell, it comes out like literally 3 months into 2017, and we're talking March 1st. So if you're releasing your Direct in January, that's 2 months of advertisement. It's not enough time. You're refusing to answer any more questions or interviews get cut short. And then, any games that you did put in your trailer, like Skyrim and 2K Basketball, is a lie! And Bethesda even confirmed that you're lying! Skyrim is not confirmed. Skyrim is not coming to the Switch. It is a lie. It might, but as of right now, that trailer is misleading and it's a lie. It's not even confirmed yet. The Switch might not even be able to support it yet. So, I just wanted to put all the evidence out there for a start off, and just make like a kind of rant video that Nintendo or Kirishima, because I know it's all his fault, and I would like to explain why in the course/review, but Kirishima is a 70-year-old man that is stuck in the past and thinks that all advertisement and all this stuff is ready when it's ready. We don't need the internet, and in the modern age, that's not the attitude to have. He's too old, his methods are too old, and it's going to result in the destruction of the Switch. And there's another article. I couldn't find it. I was asking Midnight to link it to me. I couldn't find it, but it's kind of obvious from the controller. If we go to Google right now and put in a Switch controller, Nintendo Switch, someone showed me something, and it's definitely looking very like what this person has showed me. We have a Pro controller here, which has got a few buttons. And we have the Switch here, where the buttons are more visible. We have our 2 joysticks, which is kind of stupid why this joystick is higher than this one, when, you know, they should be level. Then we have the minus and plus, which was on the Wii U, our home button, and our amiibo recognition pad. Because you know this big wide area here is going to be for amiibo. And then you've got your triggers on the side. You notice what you don't see on this particular console. You do not see a sharing button. And that is a very worrying sign. Because if it's true, now of course this button here could be the sharing button. I highly doubt it. It does look like the amiibo recognition button, as the amiibos do have that little hole on the bottom so like the light can get through and it can read the data on the amiibos. But if that is not a share button, that means that the Nintendo Switch their next generation system will still not come with a share button, and it looks like any kind of footage that you upload on Nintendo will still be claimed by the Content ID system, and it's going to piss off a lot of content creators, and they're going to refuse to do Nintendo games. Angry Joe did get Content ID'd for just showing it. Again, Angry Joe got content in, and I don't want to get into a rant because I'm a content creator myself, and I could go on for hours about how stupid Nintendo's Content ID system is, or Nintendo Partnership Program, which didn't even come out. Hey, that's a good thing. When you're going to release the Partnership Program, Nintendo? Because that didn't even come out. Because I would have joined it. You know, I'm not saying it's the best thing, and maybe it wasn't, but I would have at least tested the feature to let everybody know. Well, you didn't even give me a chance to test the thing, let alone even it coming out. So it looks like this thing doesn't have a share button, and that means that footage on YouTube will still be Content ID'd. Nintendo will still try to claim and, or worst case scenario, take down videos, and it's going to put YouTubers and other Twitch streamers and other content creators off from streaming your games or even showing your games. Get your shit together. So I'm going to end this with just saying goodbye. I'll have a more positive video of World of Final Fantasy coming out, but yeah, if you are excited for the Switch, good for you. I am glad you're excited for the Switch, but just be careful, okay? Because I'm looking out for all of you, right? I know a lot of Nintendo fans, like Photon, will say that I'm just trying to bring the Switch down. I'm not trying to bring the Switch down. By no means. I hope it succeeds. It's Nintendo's do or die. It's Nintendo's last chance. Or they're going third party. But they're repeating history. Everything that caused the Wii U to fail. A lack of marketing, a lack of communication with customers, not showing off specs, not showing off games, saying that third-party games are definitely legit confirmed, but then people like Bethesda saying, no they're not, that trailer was a lie. Everything that caused the Wii U to fail, the Switch is also doing. So I'm not trying to put your Switch down. If you're excited for the Switch, please do remain excited. I hope it's a great console. But just be aware, Nintendo is not telling you the whole story. Nintendo is not telling you the truth about the trailer, and Nintendo is refusing to give you all the information. So if you're excited for the Switch, still be excited, but please do be very careful with Nintendo. Do be very wary of the Switch, because it doesn't seem to be everything that it's cracked up to be right now. But again, I will not judge until the Direct in January now, I guess. I guess this is the last video on the Switch for 2 months in case Nintendo fucks up again. But yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. And just be very wary of Nintendo, because they seem to be doing something very shady by not giving out proper specs and saying Skyrim's confirmed when it's not. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all stay vigilant in the future regarding Nintendo, and I will see all of you in the next video later today, which will be the world of Final Fantasy Let's Look At, which is a lot better and a lot more positive. You get to ride a wolf.